Good morning, everyone. There was a young couple who decided to wed. As the big day approached, they grew apprehensive. Each had a problem they had never before shared with anyone, even each other. The groom-to-be, overcome by his fear, decided to talk to his father for advice. "Father," he said, "I am deeply concerned about the success of my marriage. I love my fiancé very much, but you see, I have very smelly feet, and I'm afraid that my future wife will be put off by them." "No problem," said Dad. "All you have to do is wash your feet as often as possible and always wear socks, even to bed." Well, to him, this seemed a workable solution. The bride-to-be, overcome by her fear, decided to take her problem to her mom. "Mom," she said, "when I wake up in the morning, my breath is truly awful." "Honey," her mother consoled, "everyone has bad breath in the morning." She said, "No, you don't understand, Mom. My morning breath is so bad, I'm afraid that if my new husband will never want to sleep in the same room with me if he smells it." Her mother said simply, "Try this. In the morning, get straight out of bed and head for the bathroom and brush your teeth. The key is not to say a word until you've brushed your teeth." "Not a word," her mother affirmed. Well, she thought it was certainly worth a try. The loving couple were finally married in a beautiful ceremony. Not forgetting the advice each had received, he with his perpetual socks and she with her morning silence, they managed quite well. That is, until about 6 months later. Shortly before dawn, the husband wakes with a start to find that one of his socks had come off. Fearful of the consequences, he frantically searched the bed. This, of course, woke his bride, and without thinking, she immediately asked, "What on earth are you doing?" "Oh, no," he gasped in shock. "You swallowed my sock." All right. I'm going to read a couple of notes this morning, then I'll go into the weekly events. There are only 26 days remaining for the donations for the Heartland Food Bank as part of our Christmas food drive. Our donations will help provide Christmas dinner to those in need in our county. The need is even greater this year after Hurricane Irma. Cash donations and checks are payable to the Heartland Food Bank and are being received at our food drive table during each Monday coffee for the next 3 weeks. And don't forget tonight's bingo to raise money for the food drive. Remember to bring extra money for an additional 50-50. So come out, bring your friends and neighbors, and help support this very worthy cause. If you are traveling for the holidays, you may drop your donations before you leave at coffee or the activities office or to Heather Payne at 2610 Lazy Days Lane. All right. The week's calendar starting today. Following coffee, there is going to be a new resident social. And I will be there, so I will not be in my office this morning because I'm going to the new resident social. At noon today, the Tanglewood veterans are having their pizza party on the pool veranda. Tonight we have bingo. Be here and ready to play by 6:15. Make sure to wear your badge. On Tuesday, we have the special meals, which is sold out. On Wednesday, we have the TMAC meeting at 3 p.m. and the HOA meeting at 7 p.m. Thursday is the last day to sign up for Thanksgiving turkeys. And then the turkeys will be distributed next Monday following coffee. Thursday is also the ladies' luncheon at Red Lobster. That is, arrive at 11, eat at 11:30, and you will pay there. Today is the last day to sign up for that. On Saturday, there is a country breakfast. The door is open at 8 o'clock. And then also on Saturday, there is a dance with Jay Smith from 7 to 9. From 7 to 10, and the cost is $5 for residents. Sunday is our first special event show of the season. I'm sure you're going to get more information about that from Tom, but the doors open at 6:15. Show starts at 7, and the cost of that is $10, and I have tickets in my office if you have not gotten your tickets. Potluck, November 21st, sign up on the credenza. Bring enough food for 12 people in your own place settings. You may once again start bringing clothing to the clubhouse and leaving it in the corner outside of my office window. On Thursday mornings, a member of the church will be picking up the clothing and delivering it to the Church of Christ on Sebring Parkway. The Church of Christ has a clothing store behind their church, and on Thursday mornings, the store is open to people who are in need. We would appreciate if Tanglewood residents would drop off their clothing on either Tuesday or Wednesday each week so we can pick it up early Thursday morning for delivery to the church. We are so happy that we are able to connect with a church that is very appreciative of receiving our donations. We want to thank everyone for their continued support. Let's see. Beginning in January or sooner if possible, we are looking for a new volunteer who would like to take over the can recycling. We would like this person to be a full-time resident, and if you are interested, please come see me at the activities office. With that, that is all that I have for this week. I'm going to give you a little bit more information about special meals. For the November, as I said, they are sold out. They are not having a meal in December, and then tickets for the January meal will be available in mid-December. And with that, that is all I have for this week. Thank you, and have a good week, everyone.
If you've been in the library, you've probably seen the bingo cards, as we call them. This is just a reminder to go in and pick yours up. You have 22 days to read and complete a bingo to be in the first drawing, which is going to be on December the 4th. There will also be a drawing for bingos completed in December and January. Then all the bingo cards will be put together, and there'll be 3 grand prizes drawn out of all the cards. Thank you.
Cindy Murray with the Wooden Glass Shop. Our fused glass class, our first one is into its midpoint, and every project is just gorgeous. We have some things over here on the table with Melissa, if you'd like to see. Our fused glass classes, as I mentioned before, are especially geared if you might have a limitation or a disability so that you also can create something out of glass. Our December class has 3 slots that could be available. January is full, and then we have people signing up for February, March, and April. It runs 4 weeks. We are also looking with all of our stained glass and fused glass classes to offer evening classes. They do not have to be large, 1 or 2 people, and we're glad to accommodate you if you're still working or your schedule demands evenings. Our kiln is up and running. Thank you, Hometown America, for putting in the power. And, the stained glass class. We're starting up the first week in December on Wednesday, December 6th. The class will be a little different because many people don't know about glass at all, and they're not sure they really want to get involved. So we're doing a small 3-week class. You will learn how to make straight cuts. You'll make a project. You'll learn about the equipment in the shop, the etiquette, the cleanup. And then if you decide after you've completed that course that you'd like to go on, we can accommodate that. But not everybody, so this gives you a chance to try it out. And that'll be $30, and it'll go on Wednesdays from 10 to 12. And we will offer that every month. So it gives you a chance to try something out. And Melissa's over here at the table. She has more information, or I hadn't finished. I'm still talking. You have to be a member, $25 new person fee, $15 membership, and then next year it'll be $15. Everything is done on a volunteer basis, so all that money goes into saw blades and glass cutters and sandpaper and cutting oil, all the supplies. So with our courses, all you have to do, the only thing you have to bring is paper and pencil, and wear tennis shoes or some other closed shoe, and preferably a cotton shirt so that your shirt doesn't melt if you get too close to something. On that note, I think I've covered everything.
Hello.
Thank you.
There I am. I'm Mary Lee Cipriano from Diversions, and I'm up here to talk to you about the Golf Cart Christmas Parade. I know it doesn't need any fanfare because everybody knows about it and is excited about it already. But I'm up here because the garage sale is coming. Why? What does that mean? We're going to have a white elephant gift exchange after the golf cart parade. So the garage sale is coming. Don't buy mufflers and crankshafts and things like that, but you might find a nice gift for someone to wrap for the golf cart parade. Decorate your cart any way you please. It can be a couple of Christmas balls hanging from the edge, or you can get very elaborate, as you'll see, some of them do get. It will be on December 14th. The pullout will be at 6 o'clock, so definitely line up beforehand. And there will be a sign-up sheet on the credenza. I think it's prepared, but not out there yet. I also have the route finished, and I will post the route in the lobby before the parade, maybe by around December 7th or so. So you can look at it because I know people like to party on the driveways, and I've already been asked about the route. So that'll be out there, and I'll be back to talk to you
Good morning,
about
Donna
it next
Scores
time.
with
Thanks.
Diversions. How many of you out here today, this morning, saw the play Who Killed Janie Rachelman? Did you have a good time? Were you entertained? Kind of, sort of? Well, we thank you for coming out and supporting Broadway Lights Productions on that. For those of us that were directly involved, we certainly appreciated you coming out and supporting your community on that. We had a great time putting it together, and we will keep you posted on the next future plays coming up. So thank you again for coming out. On behalf of Broadway Light Productions and under the promotion of Diversions, we are proud to announce again the return of Daryl Patrick and his jazz ensemble. The date to mark on your calendar, I'm going to have to speak up here. The date to mark on your calendar will be November 17th, which is Friday. The band will start playing at 7 p.m. Remember, there is no cover charge. Tips, however, are happily accepted. BYOB, and bring your own snacks. There'll be tables of rounds so you can sit with your neighbors and have an intimate setting. We will hear Bob Leonardo perform such melodies under Rodgers and Hart, Sinatra, Mel Torme, just to name a few. Jazz comes in many forms. There will be songs by Ella Fitzgerald, Johnny Mercer, some bossa nova, and actually some calypso music as well. Jazz has a wonderful way of transporting us to another time when life seemed less complicated. It takes us back to the clubs and the lounges and even those great piano bars that used to be in existence. We look forward to you coming out again on November 17th at 7
I'm
p.m.
Lynn Arby from the
Thank
Travel
you.
Committee. And last week, I thought was our deadline for the mystery show Dinner Train. But Beverly Romsberg said she will take your money today if you still would like to go. And then she has to phone in her final reservations. That's $105, and that's Wednesday, December 6th. On December 13, we have a group going shopping to IKEA in Orlando and the Florida Mall. That trip is $25 with lunch on your own. Sue Carpenter is running that trip, and the deadline to pay is next Monday, November 20th. Saturday, January 13, we have a trip to the Broadway Palm Dinner Theater to see a matinee performance of Chicago. The cost is $80, and of course that covers your transportation, gratuity, dinner, and the show. Jerry Dewing is leading this trip, and the deadline is December 11th. People on the Panama Canal cruise after the first year with early or late seating who want to be seated at a table with specific other passengers need to see Randy Roth or Tracy Miller at the travel table. They will do their best to coordinate this information with Princess Cruise Line. We have trips after the first of the year. Please check the travel credenza in the back of the hall for more information. Thank you for supporting our travel committee.
Just a reminder,
Have a
the
good
table
week.
cleaning party will be this Thursday from 10 to 3. All help is
I'm
appreciated.
going to wear a couple
Thank you.
hats today, but first of all, I'm just going to remind everybody that we have the Turvis mugs, the Tanglewood mugs. They are $20. They are available from Billy. Billy has them in her office now. So if you want to just rush right over and get one, you can after she gets back with the welcome. And because we feel that the new residents should have a chance to have one, they're going to be giving one away at the welcome this morning when they do the welcome for the new residents. Let me just change a hat here, and I'd like to talk about the Outdoor Decorating Committee. We are having a Light Up Tanglewood party, and if you've gotten your newsletter, it's going to be November 25th from 7 to 9 in the Bash area. It's going to be held, and we will have music by TJ and the Cruisers. We'll be serving a limited amount of beer and wine. Now, everybody says, what is limited? Well, I'll tell you what limited is. It's what we have. So, if you want to bring your own, please feel free, because we're not sure if the limited will run out or not. So just bring your own just in case. We are doing this as a celebration to kick off the season and to say thank you to all of our residents and everybody that has donated so generously in the last few years as we've been kindly taking your money and you've been kindly giving it. I want you to come into the Light Up Tanglewood and see the results of what your money has done. Everybody has worked. Frank and Penny, I really have worked very, very hard to make this happen. And we thank them. Also, Tanglewood, we thank them because Isaac has been working tirelessly. He even came in on Saturday to make sure we have power out on the poles so that we can do this for you. So we thank Tanglewood also. That's just the beginning of what we plan to do, because if you have been reading your newsletter, you know that we're going to be having a decorating contest here in Tanglewood. It's just every community, every village, as some people call them, will be decorating if they choose, and there will be a separate prize given to every community, every village, one to the circle and one to the Outback area too. This will be a prize that will be presented on December 18th. The week of December 11th, we have mystery judges that are coming in from outside Tanglewood that will be judging this. It's not who has the most lights. It's not who does the grandest decorating. It's who they feel looks the best on their lot, and that's who will win for that village. So if you'd love to be a part of that, we'd love to have you. And Monday Coffee on the 18th, we'll be announcing the winners of that, and they'll be receiving their prize. We have two. I'm sorry. We have two for the Outback. We have one for the Outback area, and we have one for the Outback campers. So the campers, anybody in your RV, decorate like crazy. So if you got lots of lights and make it pretty, we'll be driving by. Also, we had some beautiful tree frames that we were selling, 50 of them to be exact, and we sold them all at the craft sale and up here on Monday morning. Thank you for your generosity. And we know that we're going to see those in everybody's yards that bought them, so we'll be lighting up Tanglewood in a different way, too. We have green light bulbs for sale for $1 over here. At the table, they are approved to be in your lamppost in front of your house for the month of December, and Tanglewood has said that we can do that for just that month. I know they do require a white light bulb the rest of the year, but they're getting in the holiday spirit and letting us do this for the month of December. We have 50-50 tickets that we're selling. The 50-50 is going to build and build and build, and we're going to be giving one winner a large amount of money. So it's the Santa hats. We have just a few left, and we have wreaths over there too. Stop by the table. We just can't say enough about what our residents and the community has done to make the outdoor decorating committee such a success. December 1st, Gary Walker will be setting up the musical lights on the circle once again, and those will be going up, so we'll have those during the holiday season. And we'll have the back lights in the forest, and you guys will be amazed when you see it.
That was
Thank
a lot
you
of
very
information. I'm Bruce Eberly. I'm from the Special Events Committee, and we have a show this Sunday. Scott Novotny, who's a comedian. Those of us who are on the review committee, we just saw him this past week at a showcase down in Siesta Bay near Fort Myers, and he's very entertaining. And then also with him will be Prana, and she's a young lady that was here last year with a group. She has a solo act, and she will be doing the divas of entertainment. So look forward, come and purchase a ticket if you haven't already. If you haven't purchased your season pass, please take advantage of that. They're $70. Season pass holders, remember, come to this back door for entry on Sunday night. And we may let you in a little bit earlier, you season pass holders. The second hat that I'm wearing, I asked this question at Tanglewood Church yesterday. How many of you like to sing? Raise your hand. Oh, come on. Come on. You're not going to get drafted into the choir. Come on. Okay, a few of you out there. I have been asked to chair the Tanglewood Caroling this year. We will be caroling around the community on December the 17th. It's not too early because you need to practice your singing so that you sound melodious. But I have this sign-up book. One side is for those who want to carol, and the other side is for those people who would like to have the carolers visit their home. And then after caroling, we'll have refreshments and fellowship and have a great time. But this is something that we do every year, and we'd like to continue it. And the more carolers we have, the better. And, of course, the more homes that we can sing in front of, the better as well.
Good morning.
So you have a great day.
John Larson and Mary Lee Napier for the Samaritan's Purse Operation Christmas Child Shoebox Program. This is our last week. We start turning our boxes in today, and we'll be turning them in until next Monday. So if you want to support the program, you'd like to provide some joy and excitement to a child this year, it's not too late. We'd be glad to either accept the donation to do that, or if you want to fill a box this week and we can take it in and turn it in next Monday, we'd appreciate it. Also, as I mentioned before, Mary Lee and I are retiring after this year. So if you would like to take the project on of the Samaritan's Purse Shoebox Program, I'll tell you that it's a worthwhile program. You'll see a lot of children that this is the only thing they're going to receive this year of any magnitude. So it's very rewarding for us, and it's also very rewarding for the children. So if you have thoughts along that line, you'd like to take over the program, we'd appreciate it. Just let us know, and we can put you in touch with the people that we'll organize and get
Good
you
morning,
set up for
Luann
next
Wykes
year.
from the
Thank you very
dance
much.
committee.
Appreciate
This will
it.
be short and sweet. As Billy had said, the Tanglewood Dance this month is next Saturday, November 18th. We have invited the RV Club to collect donations for the Heartland Food Bank that evening too. And also, so you know that the dance committee gives, most of the time we give our portion of the 50-50 away, and that it will be to the Heartland Food Bank. Also, we're selling chances, and we'll do it on Friday night. Diversion said we could sell it at their jazz session, and we're going to sell tickets for the prints that our Steve Wakes has given to the dance committee. We are planning on utilizing the money that we get for something in the Tanglewood community. We haven't quite decided. It kind of decides on how much we raise. Please help us raise money so we can turn it back into something good for Tanglewood.
morning.
Thank you.
Pam Beatty with Tanglewood Community Church Health Ministry. I just have one announcement today. We are going to have a CPR class. It will be this Friday from 10 a.m. to noon in the community room. I have a sign-up sheet in the craft room, and I've got it stuck up there on the board so you can see it. Just wear comfortable clothing. We're going to have a good time. It's just hands-only CPR. It takes about an hour or so. I've got it set up for 2 hours.
Good morning, I'm
but,
Greg Plank.
I think you'll enjoy
Here
it.
on behalf of the garage sale. Yeah, I'm back again. For you procrastinators, we're down to the wire. I have one table in the craft room. I have one table in the veranda, 6 in the community room, and 16 out in the parking lot. And for the new people that don't know, if you get a place in the parking lot, I have a money-back guarantee. If it rains between 6 o'clock and noon, you get your money back. So the garage sale's a week from this Friday, so I'm in the back. I'm wearing my shirt so you can see where I'm at. And that's all for that one. Whoops, I forgot I'm back. I'm Greg Plank with the cornhole. Last week was the first week that the snowbirds came back, and we had 103 people come up and play last week. Had 7.5 teams sign up. I have room for 4.5 more, and I'll be taking names back there if you put together a team. If you don't have a team, come back and sign up. We'll put you on one. We will not be having cornhole this week because of HOA meeting, but we will play next week, even though it's the day before Thanksgiving. So if you haven't come up and try it. A lot of people had a lot of good time last week. Next Wednesday, not this coming, week from Wednesday. I should have had a script. I'm Greg Plank, and I've been dubbed with the title of chairman. I move a lot of chairs here for church, for memorial things, and crafts fair, and the garage sale, whatever. Anyway, for you new people, this is basically for new people, and my definition of new people is anybody that's been here since June of 2009. That's when Hometown America took over. In the old days, we had a policy that if you move chairs, move tables, whatever, you put it back the way it was when you left it, or when you first set up. This is moving brown chairs to the craft room, which has red chairs, or brown chairs to the community room, which has red chairs, or blue chairs for wherever. If you move a chair, and we don't mind, because I know those red chairs aren't comfortable, if you move a chair there, put it back where you found it when you're done. Basically, every week after church, I get we set up all the chairs the way they're supposed to be. You'd be surprised how often it doesn't look that way at the end of the day. So appreciate it if you put things back the way you found it.
Finally, he's done, so it's my turn. Just wanted to inform you of a couple of things this morning. One is that we have the tree service here at Tanglewood as we speak. Hopefully they've made it today. I was brought to my knowledge that they made it too early one morning, so I'll take care of that. No contractor's noise before 8 o'clock, right? So we need to work on that. Two, I wanted to ask that sometime we have private parties, whether it be at the fire ring, we allow that, or at the bash area, that a group of people or a street or a village want to have a party of their own. That's all fine. But what I want to ask of you is that don't make that party an emergency. In other words, if you're going to have a party in one of those facilities or one of those areas, I'd like to treat for ants. I'd like to clean up the place. I'd like to make it sanitized for your party guests or for you and your guests. So therefore, please, if you're going to have a party on Friday, don't come to me Thursday and say I'm going to have a party on Friday. That's an emergency. And whereas you had already planned it for 2 weeks or more. So what I'm asking of you is, if you're going to have a party in our firing area, for example, and you're going to have it on Saturday, don't come Thursday or Friday. Let me know at least a week ahead of time. In that way, I will make sure I treat for ants. I have you garbage containers if you're going to need them, and have the place cleaned up for a party. Because whether it's Tanglewood party or a private party, I still want to have your place clean and ready for a party. So that's what I wanted to ask of private party holders. Number three, as you guys may have noticed, we're doing some surgery on US 27 entrance. The reason I brought that up is that one of my men told me that somebody had stopped them and asked them what a scene that they're taking away all the shrubs that we have down there. I want to inform you that we are changing the landscaping that we have on 27. We think it look crappy. Well, not crappy, but but anyway, we want to put a facelift to it. We want to make it look better, and that's what we're doing. We're not taking anything away that we're not going to be replaced. Today, I'm supposed to have plans delivered to us here to redo the 27 shrubbery. We want to make it more appealing, and that's what we're working on. So we're not taking it away. If you notice, for example, around the big island next to the gate, we had all kind of mismatched shrub on top of that island surrounding the azaleas. We want to make that uniform. So those of you that are familiar with plants, we're going to do crotons all around the azaleas and with new mulch. We're also going to do some flowers, and on the two wings of the palm trees on either side of the gates, we are taking the Mexican petunias out. They look crappy most of the time, and we are putting Leland Arbicola. For those of you who know your plants, we're going to do Arbicola on one side, and we're doing Exoras on the other side. So what the intention there is to give it a facelift, but not taking anything away. That's all I got. One more thing, though. No, I'll take it back. That's all I got.
Thanks,
Thank
Gary
you.
and Greg. I think we have a spot for you in the next show. One of the things I want to mention, and John Larson has been up here for a number of years, telling you about the shoebox program sponsored by Samaritan's Purse. He's very seldom we mention that, but it is Samaritan's Purse that does that. And for years, we've brought boxes up, or we've donated money to have things purchased for those boxes, and we see them go, but we don't see what happens to them. I don't know if anybody saw the news last night on NBC at 6:30. Anybody happen to see the 6:30 news last night? They did a great segment on what happens to those shoeboxes. The island of Bermuda was completely wiped out by the hurricane that went through the islands there. And everybody, I mean everybody, had to be evacuated to Antigua. And all the kids are living in temporary shelters and trying to go to school there and so forth. And what they did was they loaded up an airplane and they flew a lot of shoeboxes, and I mean a lot of shoeboxes, down to Antigua to give to those kids. And they showed about, at least 200 kids, I guess, in an auditorium who were receiving one of those shoeboxes. And they took the time to watch the faces of the kids and so forth as they opened them. And, of course, there's everything in those shoeboxes. There are toys, there are games, there are all kinds of activities in there, clothing and so forth. And the smile on the kids was amazing. And for those of you who saw that, you know that it gives you a real good idea of what happens to those shoeboxes in the various countries where they go. So I'd like to thank John and Mary Lee Napier, alias Napier, and thank her for the work that they've done over the years. And I'm sure one of you or two of you are going to step up and fill that spot, because it is one of the best projects that we take care of, and probably one of the most secretive ones that we take care of. So thank you for that. Now, a couple of other things. You notice that I get notes at the last minute. This is a napkin out of the kitchen. The wood shop is having a safety program, a mandatory safety program, for the new members of the wood shop, the Friday after Thanksgiving at noon. So if you're a new member of the wood shop and need that safety program, please make sure that you get there by noon. Okay, also, those of you who are involved with the garage sale, and there are a lot of you involved with the garage sale, or those of you, better yet, who would like to become involved with the yard sale, they need some folks for volunteers. We have a snack bar here that starts at 7 o'clock for those people who are working here with their tables, that does donuts and coffee, and we need some people for that specific time, a couple of people to pass out donuts and coffee, and also somebody to take tickets or sell tickets that people get in line to get the coffee and donuts. And we also need people for shifts in the mirrored room, which is a lot of fun, from 9:30 to 10:30, and also 10:30 to 11:30. So the book is back there on the credenza, and would encourage you to go back there and sign up. It sounds like a job, but it's actually a lot of fun. And especially at the end of the day when you're selling things and making deals, and you start to think like, it's like Monty Hall. Okay, I also received a note from the RV group, and the RV group is having their first meeting on Tuesday, November 14th at 2 p.m. here in the bingo area of the clubhouse. Now, there's one thing, Kurt, you also told me about the bingo. Is that this Monday's bingo or next Monday's bingo? This one? This Monday? Today? Okay. A special bingo for the food drive will be held tonight, okay? And be here by 6:15, and bring some extra money for the 50-50 that's going to go to the Heartland Food Bank. So that's another part of our effort to try to help the folks there at the food bank. Okay. Bruce mentioned about the things about the special events. Don't forget to get your single ticket if you haven't, and we always have tickets at the door, so that's great. A reminder, too, about the December 10th program. That's a really special program. The Ditchfields, probably the most outstanding singing family in the state of Florida, will be here to put on their annual Christmas special. And if you want to get a little flavor of what that's all about, Google the Ditchfield family on your computer, and you'll see segments of their program in Sarasota, where they give a concert every year to a sold-out crowd. So that's a terrific program, and you want to make sure you get those tickets as well. The garage sale, again, was mentioned. Don't forget to bring your odds and ends, we'll call them, out of the house that your wife or husband have been trying to get you to get rid of for months or years. Bring them up here for the garage sale at the TMAC table. There's always somebody who wants your trash to be their treasure. So let's make sure about that. The Hall of Fame, Howard wants to remind you that the end of this month is the last time you can nominate somebody for the Hall of Fame. You can get your applications from Billy. And now we go to the Almanac. This day in history, in 1789, and you probably wondered this for years, Ben Franklin wrote in a letter to his friend, "In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. So that expression is as old as 1789. In 1927, they opened the Holland Tunnel, and you could actually get stalled in there between New York City and New Jersey. 1982, the Veterans Memorial opened in D.C. In 1995, Greg Maddux, then of the Atlanta Braves, became the first to win 4 consecutive Cy Young Awards. And born this day in 1850 was Robert Louis Stevenson. In 1852, Louis Brandeis of the Supreme Court. 1955, Whoopi Goldberg. And in 1967, Jimmy Kimmel. This month is No Shave Member Month, also known as Beard Month. This is the time you don't shave for the month of November. Sure. Okay, and it's Manatee Awareness Month, it's Military Family Appreciation Month, and it's National Gratitude Month. This week is American Education Week, near and dear to my heart. It's National Split Pea Week, also near and dear to my heart. And it's also World Kindness Week. Today is World Kindness Day also, and it's World Orphans Day. Tomorrow, we're missing it. It's going to be National American Teddy Bear Week, Day rather. And it's also Loosen Up and Lighten Up Day. Sue's got a crowd over there. They're either here to protest or do something, but there's a lot of people at the welcome table. Sue? No, it's not Sue. I'm sorry. It's Mary Lee.
It's not Sue. I have a crowd at the welcome table, but I'm actually going to start at the auxiliary tables so that you don't think we're done when we finish this table. So first I'm going to start with the Alberts, and I'm going to ask each couple to stand and introduce yourselves. Tell us something about yourself. Don't answer the phone. And come on out here and say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us. I am Steve Albert. This is my princess,
Tony Albert.
And we'll be moving here to Tanglewood and very soon. Thank you. We're from Indiana, but we've been living down in Lake Placid for the last 4 years, so we thought we'd move up north.
Okay, thank you. And next, we have the ones hiding along the wall. Come on out here so they can see you. We need 2 tables, obviously.
Roger Corville. I'm from Connecticut. Roger Corville. I'm from Connecticut, and this is my wife.
Charlotte.
And tell them where you're living here.
We are living in the Outback in our RV.
What did you used to do?
Well, we're from Wallingford, Connecticut, and I used to work at Pratt & Whitney, and
I'm a retiree of the Masonic Charity Foundation.
thank you.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was the auxiliary tables. So now we'll come to the main table, and we'll start with you guys right here. Could you please stand? She's going to tell you both have to stand up.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jan
And I'm Robert.
D. Roller. We've lived in Lake Placid for 22 years. We were planning on moving here, but Irma decided otherwise. So when we get our house fixed in Lake Placid, we'll be moving here permanently. We're originally from Rochester, New York, suburb of Spencerport, New York. I was an assessor in a little town of Hamlin, and my husband was an assistant foreman at Gleason Works, which was a sheet metal company. Guess that's about all.
Hi, I'm Linda Beardsley, and I'm moving in on Wednesday to going to the sun. I'm from Northern Virginia for the past 35 years, and before that from Long Island, New York. I was a X-ray tech, CAT scan tech, ultrasound tech in my previous life, and now I'm an artist, and I'm actually very shy, but approachable, and I'm single.
I didn't know this was a dating agency. I thought it was the Welcome Committee.
I'm Kendra Sloan, and this is my husband, Bill, and we live on Going to the Sun. Bill's retired he worked for a large company that did equipment for large trucks and things like that. And I'm not retired. Don't say ooh, because I really like my job. We're from Eastern Canada, Moncton, New Brunswick, and we have 2 adult kids. And here we are. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Susan McCoy, and this is my mother, Catherine Zipper. She's been a homemaker her whole life and raised 5 children, and we originally are from Illinois. I spent a long time in Texas, down by Dallas, and I was a commercial banker down there in my previous life. But and we're on the circle here, and we're going to be here full time. We moved here right before Irma. So we got to spend the night up here that night in the shelters. Did you want to say anything, Mom? Do you want to say anything? No. Okay.
Good morning, everyone, from the City of Champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. My name is Judith Miller, and my new address is 1010 Carefree Parkway. I moved in last week. We're still getting everything ready. I was a wife. I am a mother, a stepmother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, and I was a child bride. I'm very excited, and my 2 little Yorkies, Lily and Zena, to be here. So have a wonderful day, and thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tamara Schindler. This is my husband.
Michael Murphy.
He's answering the phone. We're from Las Vegas. I retired from the Mirage, and Mike retired from Smith's Grocery Store. We came here, and we're different from everybody else. We're going to be leaving for the winter and coming in the summer. So you won't see us. We're going to leave December 1st and come back April 1st. So, but glad to be here with everybody. Thank you.
And just one reminder, the new resident social is today, right behind me in the community room in the corner, right after coffee. So anyone who hasn't been to a new resident social before, please come. We'd love to meet you and have you meet your neighbors as well. Thank you.
Mary Lee, you did pretty well. That number of folks that you've introduced here today. I hope all of you will take the opportunity to see the folks, particularly those of you who are from the areas that they're from, to let them know what it's like here in this new area. Check your TWR times because there's a lot of things going on that we probably skipped. Don't forget bingo tonight. Somebody has to win. Might as well be you. Make a new friend. Take him or her to bingo with you. And, of course, don't forget to wave to your neighbors. Thank you.